Hi, I'm Kaylin and this is the Ask video. Also with different sprites because I have no concept of overworking myself. This is also going to double as a FAQ, kind of, just because they're pretty basic questions that I don't want to I keep getting a lot in the comments. So yeah, let's get into it. Take that again. How did you find your art style? I have no clue. I learned most of my anatomy through seeing it stylized in other people's art, and I guess I just I like doing cartoony things, so I just kept going with that. Fuck, I suck at that. Your art style is just sort of a combination of how much you know and your own aesthetics, so this is just how I like to draw, I guess. I like wobbly and like stylized realism, all that good stuff. How long have you been animating/drawing? I've been drawing my whole life, and I animated a few times when I was younger, back when Flipnote was still a thing. I only started to seriously try animate again last year when I made this channel, and yeah, I grew up watching loads of animators on here though, even before I started doing art. Just making little notes about what things they did that looked nice, or mentally noting how they moved that one paw or something. Art block. Honestly, I don't have too much trouble with art block, but making yourself draw every day for multiple years, it kind of just becomes a force of habit to be able to keep doing it. If I'm in a creative rut, there's always something I should be doing, like working on references, frames, or anything like that. Something that doesn't require much creative thought and more just cracking out something. If I get bored of working on a picture, I can just randomly start another and keep hopping projects until one of them gets done. Are you from Australia or New Zealand? New Zealand, but I've moved around a lot and I've lived in Australia and England before, so that explains my muddled voice. Favorite music and bands? Glass Animals, Mother Mother, Owl City for the nostalgia, and Amanda Palmer, Alt J, and Jack Stauber. All those good guys, love it. Inspirations. This is hard because there's loads and I'm always finding new artists that I adore, but from what I can remember, it'd be VCR Wolf, Deadwood Dross, Funk Slack. YouTubers would be Amarexy, Holy Richie, Nifty Senpai, Lupus Vulpus, Silver the Puppy, and Jack Stauber. God, I love Jack Stauber. And I was pretty much raised on Warrior Cat AMVs through the years, so I don't doubt that's where my interest in art and animation started. What's your aesthetic / what are you into? I'm into a lot of stuff, really. Again, I'm always finding new stuff, but I tend to lean towards surreal things with lots of color or good creature design. I love angel stuff and horror. So like things like SCP Wiki, Yume Nikki, Smile Guide. I also collect concept art books and all that jazz. I've got lots of old dragon ones like Dr. Ernest Drake's Dragonology, How to Keep and Raise a Dragon, the Spiderwick Field Guide. I love creature design too, so Guillermo del Toro is a huge insp for me. Character design. I think this one falls into aesthetic again. I don't know. I design characters based on stuff I think looks nice, but having a good grasp on color theory and general design principle would help. You give all your characters I give all my characters like a loose shape language. I guess they all have their own set of shapes I associate with them and symbols. Maybe this guy's only got circles or square feet and junk like that. Maybe they're all made of triangles, who knows? It really just depends on you. Psi pens. All my pens are on the basic settings right now. I used to have custom ones with nice textures, but it was on an older laptop and I couldn't remember the download. Question. If you could have any two emotions for the rest of your life, what would they be? Excitement and bitterness, probably. Bitterness is a good motivator. How long do PMV images take? A long time. That's why I've only got like 2 long PMVs on my channel. I think both of those took me like a month working on and off of them. How old are you? I am sweet 17 years old. Nearly an adult. Yikes. Did you go to art/animation school, or are you currently going? Nope. I'm almost entirely self-taught, and I dropped out of school because, boy, that sucked. Stay in school, kids. Fastest way to animate. Hate to say it, my guy, but I don't think there's a single way to animate that isn't going to be painfully long and time-consuming. Personally, I do frame-by-frame animation, and it's not super fast unless I'm in an energetic mood or accidentally color in 30 frames in one sitting. Are you taken? Redacted. I'm like 3 years old. Who's your favorite character? That's hard because I really do love all my OCs, but probably Daemon. They're very personal to me. What character did you make first? I'm assuming you mean for demonic indifference. Technically I drew Everett first, but I drew him and Daemon at the same time. I still have their first picture and it's really fucking weird to look back on it. When will the webcomic be out? Honestly, not for a while. There's still tons I need to work on with the story, and I gotta practice comics because I want it to be pretty much perfect. The only reason I sort of mentioned it is so people know that I'm doing something with it. There's also a chance I'll make one of my smaller stories into a comic first, like maybe Paper Tiger. Tempted to anyway, just for the practice. How do you write stories? Not easily. I have a hard time working through it in my brain and developing things fast, which is why it's taken like 3 years to get Demonic Indifference to where it is currently. I think it's just down to how you work. I found that drawing out dialogue and storyboarding is a super solid way to give myself more ideas and focus on more projects. Other than that, I like analyzing things, story writing, movies and characters, etc. I don't know, learning what works in a story and like how to make it good is probably useful to know. I love detail in stories and world building, and I try to apply that to my own stuff. How long will the webcomic run for? I'm not sure. Currently, Demonic Indifference has 3 arcs. The first is Damien's childhood, which is the most fleshed out, and I could probably make it into a comic right now if I wanted to, but yeah, there's the second arc with the compound and ends with Damien killing a king. And the third is where I'm currently at with them living in a crime city. Are all the stories connected? Nope. Demonic Indifference is completely separate from any of my other stories like Exophilian or Paper Tiger. How did you come up with it? How did you come up with it? Listen, I developed Damien and the main characters literally just through daydreaming about them for like 3 years. At the start, the story was super bare bones and bad, and it was mostly about the characters, I guess. But after 3 years, I ended up getting stories, but here I am now. And unsurprisingly, most of the main cast stemmed from me projecting brain junk onto each of them. lots of my other stories are either old characters that have been revamped or something I dreamt up because I have weird ass vivid dreams all the time. But yeah, but long story short, I daydreamed about them for 3 years and boom, here I am. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Yeehaw. See you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this.